6 signs your cat is slowly losing trust in. Your trust doesn't usually break all at once. Trust rarely disappears in one big dramatic moment with a cat. Most of the time, it fades quietly. A cat stops coming into the room as often. They turn their head away a little sooner. They choose to sleep a little farther from you. Their eyes don't rest on you the way they used to. And because cats are so good at hiding how they feel, many owners don't notice anything has changed until the distance has already become obvious. What makes this harder is that people often explain it away. They say the cat is just moody, just more independent now, or simply acting like a normal cat. But many cats do not pull away because they stopped caring. They pull away because they no longer feel as safe, as understood, or as emotionally at ease as they once did. If you really want to understand your cat, you have to learn how to see the small changes before they turn into a bigger gap. 1. They no longer come to you on their own the way they used to. This is often the first sign and also the easiest to miss. A cat who used to walk into the room to find you, lie near your feet, jump onto the bed when you sat down, or appear. The second you opened your laptop or settled into one place may suddenly stop doing those things. It does not mean they disappear from your life completely. They still eat, sleep, and move around the house, but they no longer choose your space as often. That shift matters because cats do not give closeness away casually. If your cat used to come toward you and now they don't, that is usually not random. It can mean your presence no longer feels as easy, as predictable, or as safe as it once did. Many people focus only on whether the cat still allows touch. But the deeper question is this: does your cat still want to come toward you in the first place? 2. They start avoiding your hand, even in small ways. Cats rarely begin with dramatic reactions when they feel uneasy. Before they hiss, swat, bite, or run, they often choose something much quieter. A tiny head turn, a slight lean away, a small shift of the body when your hand reaches out, a quick ear angle change, a lick of the lips after being touched. These signals are so subtle that many owners barely register them, but to a cat, they are meaningful. They are saying, "I'm not fully comfortable right now." If those signals are ignored over and over, trust erodes in tiny invisible layers. A cat who truly feels safe with you will not love every touch in every moment, but they should not have to keep dodging your hand as a reflex. If hand avoidance is becoming more common, it is something to take seriously. 3. They startle more easily when you come near. One of the clearest signs of trust is relaxation. A cat who feels safe with you does not need to brace for your presence every time you enter their space. They may still look up, track you, or lift an ear, but they do not tense as if something uncertain just entered the frame. When your cat starts startling more easily around you, it often means their nervous system no longer reads your presence as fully safe. This can show up in very small ways. They are resting, and the moment you step closer, their ears flatten for a second. You lower your hand, and their shoulders tighten before they realize it is you. You walk by, and they flinch, pull in, or open their eyes in a more guarded way than before. That does not always mean fear in a dramatic sense, but it does mean they are spending more energy preparing for you than they used to. And when a cat has to prepare for the person they live with, trust has already been affected. 4. They no longer rest deeply in your space. A cat can be near you without fully trusting you, but a cat who sleeps deeply near you, stretches out in your room, curls up on your bed, or lets their guard drop in the places that smell like you is almost always showing a strong sense of safety. Deep rest is one of the most vulnerable states a cat can enter. When trust starts to weaken, one of the first things that often changes is the quality of rest. Your cat may still stay in the room, but they sleep more lightly. They may lie on the bed, but closer to the edge. They may remain nearby, but with a clear escape route. They may close their eyes, but their ears stay ready. Some cats even begin moving their deepest rest into places where you rarely go. That is not just a change of sleeping preference. It can mean they no longer want to fully let go around you the way they once did. 5. They start choosing distance over connection. Not every cat who trusts you is physically clingy. Some cats are naturally more private, more independent, and less touch-oriented. But even reserved cats usually keep the people they trust inside their emotional map. They sit at the doorway of your room. They stay in the same general space. They move from room to room with you, even if they never lie on top of you. When a cat begins choosing distance again and again, that matters. They do not just become less cuddly, they stop placing you inside their circle of safe closeness. They choose other rooms more often, higher places, hidden places. They still know where you are, but they no longer want to share space with you the way they used to. Sometimes that is temperament, but when it is a change, it is often emotional. 6. They no longer come back to you after moments of excitement or stress. One of the most beautiful signs of trust in a cat is not just how they rest near you, but where they return after strong emotion. A cat may have zoomies, sprint through the hallway, attack a blanket, dive into a tunnel, chase a ball, get startled by a sound, or patrol the house in high alert. But many cats who trust their people still come back afterward. They come back to the bed that smells like you, the chair you always sit in, the shirt you just left out, the doorway to your room, or the floor near your feet. When that changes, it is worth paying attention. Your cat may still play, still run, still live normally. But after those high energy or emotionally charged moments, they stop using your space as the place where they regulate. They self-soothe somewhere else. They withdraw alone. They cool down away from you. That does not necessarily mean the bond is gone, but it can mean you are no longer the emotional landing place you once were in their nervous system. Trust usually fades in silence. Cats almost never make a dramatic announcement when trust begins to fray. They do not explain, they do not confront, they simply change how close they stay, how deeply they rest, how their body reacts, and how much of their vulnerable self they allow around you. Because those changes are quiet, people often miss them until the relationship feels different in a way they can no longer ignore. The good news is that trust is delicate, but it is not always gone for good. Very often, what your cat needs is not more affection. They need you to slow down, notice more, become gentler, and respect the language they have been using all along. The deepest sign of trust. Because when a cat still truly trusts you, they do not just live in your home. They still let themselves fully soften in your presence.